Let's do it.
All right. Welcome, guys, to the weekly AMA Surging Sunday. I'm really looking forward to this one today because we have a lot to talk about, and we are in a very good position to start the new week off with some really good news for you guys. And the first thing we will cover is highly anticipated. It is the announcement of the winners of our development competition. We saw many projects doing really well, developing useful utilities for the whole ecosystem. We saw staking, we saw BuyBot, we saw even a launch tracker that spits out every newly deployed contract, many people using it. So the ecosystem is growing. It will only grow further because many more projects will follow and will develop more things to complete the ecosystem. And the winners are we could even see those on the dashboard, dash.searchprotocol.io. First place, SurgeX. Second place, Baby Search. Third place, Safe Search. Fourth place, Space Taco. And fifth place, Infinity Search. Congratulations to the winners. I think we have some of you guys in this VC already listening, and we will be in direct contact with you in order to hand over the prize.
Congrats, everybody.
Congrats, yeah. And what we saw is that the ETH side of things was not really strong yet. It was, I think, one project that went around, and besides that, there are still projects building out their contracts, planning their launch, waiting for the liquidity to be ready to be migrated to the Search protocol. So ETH is still waiting for more projects to come on. Real competition did not exist, so we will instead see that these funds that were destined to go into the ETH projects will be used for another competition instead. And on this side, the competition that will follow will be bigger than this one. It will also last longer, and we can really look forward to this one. The details for it will follow shortly.
And one thing to go about the future contest too, just to get everybody like super excited for what's to come on the contest side, we're not only going to offer a bigger incentive to the developers as well, like the teams, to obviously come in here and build within our ecosystem, give them some, something to shoot for, but we're also going to be, we equally see that it's important to incentivize the community as a whole and the project as a whole. So we're going to be offering incentives for the community as well. And we have a lot of fun different ways that we're going to do that. So just to get everybody excited about it, these contests that are coming up are going to be, not only for the, focus of the teams and driving their engagement and getting people to come in here and develop and build cool stuff on the network. It's also going to be to obviously incentivize communities as well. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing to add in.
Exactly. And yeah, Albino, you can take the opportunity to speak about the current stats of the project.
Yeah. So had a really great week in terms of kind of redistributing the holders list and seeing a great flow of just kind of the supply going into a healthier state as we continue to grow and get prepared for a really good trajectory here with everything that's coming down the pipeline development wise. I think last time we've grown very slightly from week over week. I think the last time we spoke, we were at roughly 1,700 or so holders in terms of our Surgeon Sundays. Now we're a little bit higher, which is impressive when you factor in like a market cap difference. Obviously, we're spreading that supply out in a really healthy way. So I love to see that. Same thing on the east side, is staying consistent there. And it's been a little bit of a quieter week as we've kind of prepared some, for some bigger steps that we knew were brewing and knew were coming. So, it's really impressive that you guys are still out there. We see a lot of new holders, a lot of new people coming into the ecosystem. And I think that is kind of a 50-50. It's people being excited about Surge itself, and it's people being excited about projects that are on Surge, and bringing people in that way too. So we're seeing, we're seeing a great adoption on all fronts when it comes to, the holder growth and everything else. Over 50 projects now have been deployed on the Surge ecosystem up to this point. Now, these may not all be like right in your face projects, but we've had 50 projects at least come into the ecosystem and be compatible with what we're doing here. So really cool stuff on that front as well. In terms of other vitals and whatnot, guys, I mean, everything is still looking great. We're still growing our socials on Twitter and everything else. We're still staying consistent, making sure we have a really organic, good count in terms of our online views, and kind of making sure our organic numbers are very quality. And I love to see that. It's different for the BSC space, and typically what we see in projects this size, 1,000 people are online. And what that tells me is that when this thing really starts moving and we start seeing that buy bot start flooding, and obviously, the fireworks start again. I mean, we saw what happened the first time. There was a little bit of momentum push on there. Obviously it exploded, right? There's a ton of people that are online, that are waiting, that are going to see all the traction, all the things popping off. So I'm really excited, guys, for, obviously taking advantage of that really organic, really high online user count that we have. Super cool stuff there. I think that's it for the vitals in terms of, kind of some quick stats week over week. It's stuff that I'm sure you guys can track just as easily as I can, but it's great to see the holder distribution getting healthier. And yeah, I don't know, Heisman, if you want to jump right into the development side, feel free.
Yeah, I'll handle the development side. So yeah, past week we were focusing on the development of the Launchpad, which will be released tomorrow around 17 UTC, right? The Launchbot will be it will be a fully functional beta phase. You can deploy directly through the basic SRG20 contract. In the near future, a lot more contracts will be provided there. The importance of this Launchpad is that it ensures all the investors that they are buying into safe projects, right? So there's no tampering of the contracts or anything malicious within them. And that's essential to guarantee the growth and the safe growth of the ecosystem, so that we don't have any devs doing any shady things and collecting a lot of money from people and then just exiting with it. So yeah, by using this DeployerBot, we are moving one step in the direction of mass adoption for the protocol, especially with the channel aspect of this DeployerBot. So all deploys will be mentioned on a deployer channel. So in a sense, everybody could have a little bit of marketing to start off their projects at a very minimal cost. Any equivalent marketing they would need to spend to get the same exposure, it'll be like a lot more than what they'll be paying. So that's for the deployer. Again, it'll be available tomorrow. The next big thing that we need to announce is that we're upgrading the swap. So the swap is being upgraded massively. It'll allow people to buy any SRG20 token directly using BNB. So people who just want to directly buy an SRG20 token, they can just do that through BNB. And it'll allow people to, or traders or investors, to switch between an SRG20 and SRG20 seamlessly. So they can have the familiar experience which they already see in PancakeSwap or Uniswap within our ecosystem, and that will make it a lot easier for a lot of people to use our swap in a sense, because it will become straightforward. Like a small ETA is around like 7 days for the entire swap to be completed, but I don't like giving ETAs. But yeah, hopefully it'll be done within 7 days. And yeah, it'll be a big boost for us because again, the DEX is like the main thing for the project. So by having this DEX that replicates what everybody is used to, it will lower the entry barrier to the ecosystem severely, which is super great for us. So yeah, and yeah, lastly, we're pushing the APIs, and the APIs are the keys to like all the mainstream stuff. So once we have the API ready, we can integrate into charts, we can integrate into CMC and CG. Yeah, like it just opens all the doors for us. So we're pushing that, and hopefully it's coming like as soon as possible. Once it's up, you'll know that it's up because I'm pretty sure it's gonna reflect heavily everywhere. So yeah, a lot of development being pushed. Once we're done with this DeployerBot, I'm gonna also start pushing the charts. Even though we have some third-party charting systems now, I do prefer that we have our own in-house solution for charts because we can't really ever rely on any third party. It's always good to have the alternative in-house. So we will be pushing charts as well after the release of the DeployerBot tomorrow, and they'll be nicer. They'll have the transactions, and they'll be almost instant to load as opposed to their current state. Again, the thing is, we like over the past weeks since we've launched, we were just pushing all infra to be released, and then once all infrastructure is there, we can start upgrading massively everything. So you will be seeing like significant upgrades and improvements on all of the tools that we have within the search ecosystem. That's about it for me. So yeah. If you want to chip in, STF, yeah.
Yeah, I was muted here. Sorry. So yeah, thanks. This is a very brief idea of what we are doing in the background. It is absolutely normal that in projects with this size, you usually don't see the devs being active all the time in chat, but in this case, we are just working tirelessly in the background, speaking with people, helping them with their projects, pushing the development side for SRG, and planning the week out and the month. So this is a really good week for us now. Coming starting tomorrow with the Launchpad release. So we are very thrilled to share this with you guys. Yeah, just checking the. Okay. So I think it's a good moment to accept questions. What do you think, Albino?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we covered quite a lot. So if you have any questions about what we covered today, just feel free to raise your hand and I will unmute you. Or if not, we can cover the last bit of the VC today, which we have planned in advance, but we will keep the VC up for any questions that may arise. So the last thing we wanted to announce today is the winners of the Profile Pick Challenge. And I will share those in the contests group. 10 winners, just to be clear on why, on how the requirements were, because I think some people misunderstood it a bit. You have to be an active member of the search main group, obviously, not in the contest group. So I hope this remains clear for the future. We will also do this more regularly. We will announce it once the next profile pick competition is live. I personally, I love to see people have the search profile pic and in the name, because it just creates this passive exposure in every private group where these people are chatting. So I personally love to see this. I will share the names of the winners in the contest group and pin them there, and the winners then can DM me. And in case if anyone is Telegram jailed, then I will add them to contacts before, so no imposter is able to scam me.
Well, shoot, if nobody has any questions, I mean, we can just turn the recording off. I know a lot of people like to wait till the recording's off.
Yeah, I figured. Many people wait for this to happen.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to hit the recording real quick. I think that'll be good for right now. Quick little update on the Sunday, but then we'll keep it open. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.